Whispers of the wind, secrets of the sea. Long ago, when the world was young and the skies still found joy in painting sunsets, the wind and the water were two free spirits who lived apart but watched each other from a distance. The wind lived in the sky, wild and full of motion, always running across the mountains, valleys, and forests. He loved freedom and never stayed in one place. But deep down, wind was lonely. He had the whole sky, but no one to truly share it with. The water, on the other hand, lived below, in oceans, rivers, and lakes. She flowed gently through lands, sang in streams, and slept quietly in deep seas. She had peace and patience, but she often longed for something exciting to stir her stillness. They had always seen each other, wind brushing over water's surface, and water sparkling under wind's gaze, but they had never truly met. One day, the sky was heavy with silence, and the sea lay still like glass. Wind grew restless and flew down close to the ocean, calling out softly, "Water, why do you always stay still? Don't you ever want to dance?" Water looked up with calm eyes and replied, "And you, wind, why do you always rush? Don't you ever want to rest?" Wind laughed, swirling gently over her surface. "Because I've never had a reason to stop," he said. "But maybe, if you danced with me, I might learn how." Water smiled. "Then come closer." With that, wind touched water's surface, and something magical happened. Ripples formed. Small waves rose and fell, like water was dancing for the first time. The wind was amazed. His touch could shape the sea. So he blew a little stronger. The ripples turned into waves. The ocean began to move with grace, rising and falling like it had a heartbeat. It laughed with white foam and sang with splashes. Wind had never felt so alive. "You are beautiful when you move," wind whispered. "You give me life," water replied. From that day on, wind and water became partners. When wind rushed, water ran with him in powerful currents. When wind whispered, water rippled softly. And when wind screamed in anger, storms were born, their arguments fierce, but short-lived. Like real friends, they always made peace again. Together, they shaped the world. They carved cliffs with crashing waves. They formed clouds, as wind lifted water into the sky as mist. They brought rain to thirsty lands. They guided ships, helping humans find new lands. One day, wind saw water feeling still and quiet. He asked, "Why are you not moving today?" Water looked sad. "The land is blocking me. I wish I could reach more places." Wind thought for a while and said, "Then I will help you." And so, wind pushed water gently toward the shore, helping her rise and fall in rhythm. Tides were born, a secret dance between the moon, wind, and water. Their bond grew deeper. They were no longer just sky and sea. They were two halves of a greater whole, always moving, always touching, always shaping each other. The birds in the sky saw their teamwork and sang songs about it. The fish in the sea followed the waves, feeling wind's influence from above. Even humans began to notice how wind and water worked together, bringing rain, sailing ships, or even creating storms. But like all relationships, it was not always perfect. Sometimes, wind would grow too wild, and storms would crash hard against the land. Trees would bend, and waves would break boats. People would run for shelter. Water would cry in heavy rain. "Why did you hurt them?" Water would ask softly. "I didn't mean to," wind would whisper. "I just lost control." Water would calm him down, slowing the waves, returning peace to the sea. And sometimes, water would rise too high, floods would come, rivers would overflow, and wind would try to help but couldn't stop her. "Why are you so heavy with sorrow?" Wind would ask. "Because I carry too many tears," water would answer. But in time, they would always find balance again. They learned that true connection means not only dancing together in joy but holding each other gently during storms. Over the years, the world changed. Cities grew, ships became huge, and people built machines to try and control nature. But even today, if you stand by the sea, you can still feel the wind brushing your face and see the water responding with a ripple or wave. Their relationship lives on, in the tides, in the waves, in the breeze that carries the scent of the sea. It reminds us of something very important. That movement needs direction, and power needs peace. That even opposites, like air and water, can create beauty when they learn to move together. And so, the wind and the water still dance. Not always perfectly, but always together. They whisper, they roar, they rest, they rise. And they remind us that the strongest relationships are not the ones that never clash, but the ones that always return to harmony.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. Feel free to share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep learning and growing. See you in the next video.